Humans, gather round for 'tis time. The air is cold, the leaves are dying, and it's gorgeous. It's dark by noon, and the jack-o'-lanterns have rotted inside so much they're getting nominated for cabinet positions. And Walgreens has eliminated all memory of past holidays. It's only Christmas. It has always been. It's like a Will Smith Men in Black laser pointer to the face of all you consumers so you wouldn't notice it's been that way since September. The Thanksgiving tide is upon ye, humans. Tremble, ye mighty, and despair. Because you're going to have to talk to branches of your family tree you tried to prune years ago, but they keep growing back, and they got the curse berries on them that are poisonous and attract hornets. But hey, circle of life. Even nature's got dicks and assholes. Not much can be done about that. Best you can do is limited exposure. And you have. But now 'tis time, humans, 'tis time. The Thanksgiving is almost here. The last Thursday in November since 1863 when Abraham Lincoln rolled up his sleeves and hammer-fisted it into existence at the height of the Civil War. Now specifically the fourth Thursday in September since Franklin D. Roosevelt open palm slapped it into law right at the height of World War II. Because even in the midst of fierce conflict, there's always time to argue with your relatives. So prepare thyselves for carbs. The collective celebration of communal eats, the potluck. Everyone pitching in to feed each other, even if you can't stand each other. You can do it right. And in theory, if you ignore the history, it's good. The aroma is amazing. Me, I'm fucking long gone. Even if I'm not enough meat to deep fry, there's enough of me to jerk, and I'm not very fast. I'm also hypercolor, which in nature means poisonous, but I don't trust that's going to stop you from coal smoking me when you're in that pre-turkey berserker rage because you've been smelling it all day and it's not done yet. This is about when I fly south, but just for the holiday, I'm back on Monday. I barely can afford miles as it is, and by then you're going to be going cold turkey on cold turkey. I can slide back into the societal groove safely. Working together with y'all, because that's what it's about. I don't care how Disney it sounds. Working together and staying safe. And here in this time of the year, you gather to celebrate that which binds you all against the dangers of this or any time of the year: insurance. Insurance! A thing providing protection against a possible eventuality that can come in many forms: financial, health, automotive, home, rent, or just knowing that your BFF has got you, girl, when you're in Nashville for your bachelorette party. The insurance that you think of that is clenching your butthole tight enough to juice a quarter right now because did you remember to make that payment? Did you? You think you did, but did you? I hear you. You could set up auto pay, but that's for chumps. Real heroes pay on the day, at the last minute, Eastern time, and then drink because you got through another month. All that comes from back in Babylon around 1750 BC with the Code of Hammurabi, which sounds like a bitchin' DLR for a PS5 open world game. And you wouldn't be that far off because Hammurabi was a text-based game for PC back in the 60s, and it was an economy simulator that many credit with being the beginning of city building games. That is how tight Hammurabi and insurance is to this day, because if it takes a village, it'll eventually take a city to figure out how it all fucking works. The Code of Hammurabi describes a system called bottomry, where ship cargo could be pledged in exchange for a loan for the voyage, making the repayment contingent on a successful voyage, because if the fucking boat sinks, you're all fucked. But the debtor did not have to pay it back, so really it was just a dare. In the Middle Ages, which is kind of the fall of Rome to the Renaissance, but let's not do math, it's the holiday season. Craftsmen were trained through the guild system, and the guilds with the most money had a kind of insurance fund. If a practice burned down, the guild would rebuild it using money from its own funds, and that was a for real problem because the cities in Europe at the time were made of wood. You Chicagoans understand this down to your DNA. And because of the safety net, more humans stopped farming and took up trades, because it increased the amount of goods available for trade, and that kind of insurance coverage still exists today, except you call it group coverage, and that's the premium you're paying when it's due. Last time, did you pay your premium? I didn't mean to scare you. I just wanted to give you an excuse to do a shot. We said no math, but that's because in 1654 they did it already. Blaise Pascal and Pierre de Fermat figured out a better way to express probabilities and risk assessment, which makes sense, because Blaise Pascal basically invented the calculator at the time. He called it the Pascaline to help do taxes, so rest assured, doing taxes have always sucked. So, If you're mad that you can't get insurance because you're assessed to be a risk, send a very special va te faire foutre to Blaise Pascal and Pierre de Fermat, without whom you just have insurance en masse, which would drive the premiums up. And I said no fucking math, it's the goddamn holidays. But that's Europe. And insurance was the hotness there, especially after the Industrial Revolution, and you can do the math on that. But what of the colonies? For those humans celebrating the first Thanksgiving, insurance was not on the menu. Starvation and related diseases killed 3 out of every 4 colonists in Jamestown between 1609 and 1610, aka the starving time. And no insurance company wanted to touch those odds for 100 years. In the 1750s, insurance companies took over in America, where we lay our scene, and to this day, insurance has been like fiber at Thanksgiving. You gotta have it, even if it's not sexy to say so. In theory, insurance is perfect for the Thanksgiving season, because it's all about coming together to stay safe, which is nice. But like Thanksgiving, it's a fucking lie! Because when it comes to money, you can't have nice things. Nowadays, it fucking sucks. So much you'll do anything to keep it or extort from it. Which brings me to Los Angeles, Wednesday, November 13th, 2024, when several individuals were arrested and charged with insurance fraud after a bear attacked and damaged their 2010 Rolls-Royce Ghost. We've all been there. The claim came back in January of 2024. Guys, remember January? When these guys parked their Rolls-Royce Ghost in Lake Arrowhead and San Bernardino Mountains, which, like, yeah, it's the mountains. That's the air barren B for bears. Good thing you have insurance. And sure enough, a bear got into their car, scratched up their scratched up their seats. I'm already drunk. It's not even Thanksgiving. Scratched up their seats, the windows, the doors, leaving the Rolls with over $100,000 in damages, which can be seen on the video from the security footage they submitted to the insurance companies. Open and shut, on with the year. That's why you don't park near bears. It's in the guidebook. Except, upon closer inspection, it was discovered that the alleged bear attacking the Rolls-Royce was, in fact, a human in a bear costume. Just to be sure, investigators called in biologists from the California Fish and Wildlife to review the footage, just to make damn sure that a bear rocked this Rolls, to which I'm sure the biologists turned a massive supercharged side-eye to the law enforcement, assuring them with enough sarcasm to fill a gravy boat that no, this was not a real bear. Because in the video, you can see the bear opening the fucking door of the car. Not to mention, while this bear is in the car looking like it's looking for its fucking keys, you can see the fabric pulling around this guy's ass like a yoga pants after sitting too long on a leather seat in the summer. Not to mention, even more glaringly aberrant in this claim, it was filed in January when the bears are a fucking sleep. Black bears are common in San Bernardino, so at least they got that part right. And they typically hibernate between December and March. So if this was a bear, not only was it confused and starving, which, like, I guess you could use that as an excuse for breaking into a car. Anyone ever braved a parking lot after Coachella knows what it feels like to be starving, dehydrated, and wishing they could just bust out the window of a Rolls Royce and call it home. But this was a bear. The fuck bear has money for a Rolls Royce? And all of this is moot, because a few days later, investigators found the fucking bear suit in the suspect's apartment, complete with the stainless steel meat shredders that the suspects used to scratch up the car, making it even more amazing to behold because those shredders got 6 prongs and bears have 5 claws. Look, humans, there's a lot to be scared, angry, pissed, nervous, rageful, and distrustful about in this world, but can we, just for a moment, be thankful for these fucking jagoffs giving us a level of spectacular dumb fuckery this holiday season that it's almost enough to make you forget that you're spending so much on insurance that you're one missed payment away from donning a fucking shopmascot.com grizzly fit, buying some Kitchen Mama meat shredders on Amazon, and pulling a Wolverine on your car for the insurance money, which is probably just a Target gift card because you drive a fucking Sonata. In theory, humans, in theory, insurance should be the collective protection you've been using since the Babylonians to keep yourself safe, working together. And this time of the year, coming together to survive. But if insurance worked like it should, you'd have more money and wouldn't have to dress up like a bear and wreck your fucking car and could just gather and chip in and help each other out, because that's the whole point of the season. Regardless of its history, in theory, give what you can. Help where you can, all the time. Not just the fourth Thursday in November, but every Thursday. Thankfully giving a little here and a little there. Your mutual insurance is each other. Because going all the way back in your history, there has always been a bear in the woods. And most of the time, that bear turns out to be you. Happy Thanksgiving, meatbags. Good night.
Nailed it.